This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I'm always a bigger Summer Olympic guy than a Winter Olympic guy, but I think there's some things that I'm really looking forward to with regard to the Winter Olympics. I saw as I was kind of tooling around the building yesterday, some folks had curling on, and there was a big win yesterday for the United States. I mean, it's not to the medal round or anything yet. And then last night I was watching a little bit, and they had one of the hockey guys on, and it's such a passionate sport, hockey. And playoff hockey is, even though I don't really understand the game as well as I would really like to, I'm intrigued by this United States team that's trying to win a gold medal for the first time since 1980. And the NHL guys that are excited about being able to play for their country. So hopefully they can go on a great run and bring home a gold medal, because that'd be
really cool.
It's gold medal or bust. And
that's a long time, since 1980.
Yeah. And then the Lindsey Vonn story. There was some video of her yesterday working out, and the amount of weight and pressure that she's putting on a knee that's got a ruptured ACL is just it blows my mind. Now, hopefully when she goes downhill, because she's doing the downhill first, I think that's Saturday, which is tomorrow. Hopefully she has. Hopefully it's a great result in medals. That'd be awesome. That'd be historic. And apparently, if she does well there or feels good about it, then she would do the Super G. And don't ask me the difference between the Super G and the downhill. It involves turns and twists and things like that. But what they were going through last night, they were going through like what the downhill does and what she's going to have to do in terms of with her left knee, the pressure that it will put on it, and how she'll have to bend this way and bend that way. And it's significant. It's significant. So hopefully there's no long-term effects for her, but this is what she does, and this is why I think for some athletes it's just so hard to give up, not necessarily being on the stage, but it's their passion, right?
Sure. That's what they live for. That's what motivates them. That's what gets them out of bed, all the above. I think a lot of athletes are that way, and that's why it's hard for them to hang it up at the end.
Yeah. And she's had success, outside of skiing. This is not a money grab for her or anything like that. This is just what you said. It's what motivates her. It's what she does. It's in her DNA. It's all those things. So, man, I'm rooting like hell for her. I hope she gets down the hill safely, and hope she has a great run and figures out a way to medal. That'd be awesome. And then you walk away as hard as that is to do. It's funny. You get to the peak. It's like some guys win a Super Bowl or win a World Series, and then like, okay, I did what I needed to do, and I'm done. And I'm 39, 40 years old or whatever, and that's it. That's all she wrote. So, yeah, it's an interesting deal when you consider how young they are when they achieve their greatest success. And that's what, because usually you achieve in business, you achieve your greatest success sometimes when you're in your, mid-50s or,
We still got a chance, Jamie.
Early 60s, You still got to saying there's a chance. Some people obviously achieve it, early in life.
It's good to know I haven't hit my prime yet.
Yeah. I think you guys still have an upward turn.
Okay, good news.
I think I'm on the other side. I think I'm sliding down. All right. NFL awards last night. Matthew Stafford, MVP. He wins it by a vote over Drake May.
Oh, man, that close, huh?
It was close, yeah. That's what I heard this morning. Goodness. I mean, he had a great year. He's in his 17th year. Obviously came up a little bit short in the NFC Championship game. Drake May's in the Super Bowl, and I'm sure Matthew Stafford would say, I'll trade that MVP for a spot in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
So he wins the MVP. Myles Garrett won the Defensive Player of the Year award, and that's hard to do when you're playing for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, but when you're talking about setting sack records and all that kind of stuff,
Sure.
it's understandable.
Sure.
It makes sense.
Sure. So he had 23, was a record that was previously shared by Michael Strahan and T.J. Watt, although Strahan will point out to you that he did his in 16 games.
Okay.
In which, if you want to get into that, you can. You can. The comeback player of the year went to Christian McCaffrey.
Strahan can also say that he picked up his last sack when the quarterback tanked.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Took a fall.
Yeah. So McCaffrey wins the comeback player of the year, and Mike Vrabel wins the coach of the year. I wonder how Tennessee's feeling about letting him go. I think it was
Probably not great.
Yeah, but I think really it was more about. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to win there because it seems like there's no synergy at the top. It's like if you don't have everybody pulling the rope in the same direction, man, it's really hard to get there.
No doubt.
Poor Tennessee.
Yeah, breaks your heart, doesn't it, Jeff?
Yeah,
Just ripped my heart out.
I get it, man. I certainly understand that for you. I do. And all the other Houston Oilers fans from back in the day. Pro Football Hall of Fame. Here's who's going to be inducted. They have been elected. Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald going in. Also going in will be Luke Kuechly and kicker Adam Vinatieri, and then Roger Craig, one of the three senior finalists. He goes in to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I think it's Kuechly.
Kuechly, yeah, you're right, Kuechly. I knew I was gonna kind of butcher that. So Breeze, no brainer. Fitzgerald, no brainer, right?
Vinatieri, no brainer.
Yeah.
No brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch of really. There's no issues here. The thing about Luke is that he only played 7 years or 8 years. So it was a little bit shorter career for him probably than he would have liked because of some injuries, but he was really, 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 really good.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Morning Drive, time for this day in sports history. Today is Friday, February the 6th, 2026. With this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
Starting us off in 1926, I felt this was appropriate to bring up. NFL rule change.
Yeah?
College students are ineligible until they complete their college careers. ...
Yeah.
When that happens, we don't know. 1958. Future Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder Ted Williams becomes the highest paid player in Major League Baseball when he re-signs with the Boston Red Sox. $135,000. 1971. American astronaut Alan Shepard hits the very first golf ball on the moon.
Yeah, he's walking on the moon. He's the
And
oldest
it
man
just
to walk on the moon.
goes and goes and goes.
Yeah. 47 years old, walked on the moon. Pretty cool. I thought we were going to the moon this week, but had a little bit of a gas leak, and so we're delayed. Artemis 2 is delayed until probably March, Jamie.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I know. There was going to be a big day Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, blasting off, but I have to wait. Artemis 2, by the way, just so you know, conversation starter for your Super Bowl party, is the twin sister of Apollo.
Okay.
Okay? So, when it comes to moons. Yes, look it up. The Greek gods.
Okay.
Greek god.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the Rockets aren't anywhere close to looking like each. Okay.
No, the Greek gods. Artemis too.
Got it.
Artemis and Apollo, twin sisters.
1973. Phil Bailey scores 17 off the bench as eventual Southwest Conference champion Texas Tech tops Arkansas for the 17th straight time in Lubbock, 73-64.
We were good before. We were good, really, really, really good before.
Yes. And then we weren't, and now we are again.
Yes.
It's very nice.
Yes.
We like this part. We should keep doing this part where we're really good.
It was really hard to get in the tournament in those days as well.
1990, groundbreaking begins on the Baltimore Orioles' new $102 million stadium.
That's pedestrian by today's standards, isn't it?
That wouldn't even cover parking now. And in 2011, at the Super Bowl in Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the Green Bay Packers beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-25. Aaron Rodgers was your MVP.
What year was that again?
2011.
Boy, there's Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers still living off of that Super Bowl. Which, I mean, you win a Super Bowl, man, that's pretty special. There have only been 59 of them.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady's got like half of them. It is National Chopstick Day.
You can you fancy the chopsticks?
I have been able to use them in the past. It is a skill I do not practice enough. So the answer to that question is no, but in my past I have.
That does not surprise me. Does that surprise you that Jeff has
You learned it in school.
Has had the ability to use chopsticks?
I don't know why. I remember learning, we did it in school like one day, and then I came home and taught my mom how to use them.
Jeff is a little bit of an accident waiting to happen.
Sure.
It's fair enough. So I guess, I'm surprised.
Or an accident that has happened.
Yeah.
Case maybe.
It's already happened. So I'm a little surprised.
Before we get to today's birthdays, tomorrow, someone who I don't feel like we give enough credit to. We give a lot of credit to him, but I don't know that he gets enough. Former Texas Tech quarterback Billy Joe Tolliver turns 60 tomorrow.
I think he gets a lot of credit.
I think he gets a lot.
Yeah.
But for a very long time, he was the most successful quarterback that ever came out of Texas Tech.
He's really
in the
good.
pros.
He's kind of a football version of Tony Battie, in that he had a long career in the NFL, much like Battie did in the NBA.
Not really a superstar, but
but had a long career.
Yeah.
Also, tomorrow, Matt Mooney turns 29. Today, Axl Rose is 64. Alice Eve is 44. Chris Humphries is 41. And Tom Brokaw is 86.
Tom Brokaw, everybody knows.
Check off the box. Wait for Chuck's Tom Brokaw impersonation. And on this day, in 1985, in the State of the Union address, President Ronald Reagan defines some of the key concepts of his foreign policy, establishing what it comes to be known as the Reagan Doctrine. The doctrine served as the foundation for the Reagan administration's support of freedom fighters around the globe. And that, this day's sports history.
All right, I have one last birthday. Our son-in-law, Josh, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday to the father of the Phenoms.
Happy birthday, Josh.
There would not be Phenoms without Josh,
That's true.
So we're very grateful for Josh and what he brings to our family. So happy birthday, Josh. 6:51 this morning here on the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. Somebody says, and when you encourage me like this, man, it just fuels the fire. Why, thank you for that bar trivia, Chuck.
There you go.
That inspires me. Right?
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff.
And blocked. Okay, good. I'm kidding. I wouldn't block you for that.
I think I told you.
You've been warned.
I don't think I told you. I told you that it was one vote between Matthew Stafford and Drake May for the MVP. It was one first place vote. It was actually 6 points, but it was Stafford got 24 and Drake May got 23 first base votes, and Josh Allen got 2.
Okay.
So that's how that kind of broke down.
I really thought May was going to win it, so that's a little surprising.
Yeah, I think I did too, and maybe he's just not. I don't think that's Patriot hate. I just don't think that he's kind of out there like other quarterbacks have been. He seems pretty, in the back shadow, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't know why. Don't know why.
But I mean, you don't see a bunch of stuff with him or anything like that. You don't see.
He probably will start.
Yeah, some endorsements and things, especially if they win. Mm-hmm. He'll say on Sunday night, Drake May, you just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going? I'm going to Disney World.
And then you'll see him on commercials more.
Yeah, then you see him on commercials more.
Yep.
6:53 this morning here on the morning drive. Somebody says this, Jamie. Boy, talk about maybe a block. Oatmeal cookies are the worst ever made. Full stop.
I'm not mad at that person. That leaves more for me.
Yeah. Choose joy. We got to...
I don't think he's not. That's just his opinion.
Right. It's just his opinion. Yeah.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, he's thrilled that I'm not eating his chocolate chip cookies, and I'm thrilled that he's not eating the oatmeal raisin ones.
I don't know if I should be should take it as a compliment or that or if I'm too predictable when Jeff said, check that off the box after I did Tom Brokaw. You put that in there specifically so that I would...
Yes.
So that I would...
And he is a famous person. Like when I say Tom Brokaw, we all know who I'm talking about.
Tom Brokaw, NBC News.
There are certain things when Jeff mentions or it comes up at a certain time of year or whatever, we know you're either going to make a comment or tell a story.
Okay. I've become too predictable.
Well, Jeff,
here's the catch.
Here's the thing. Jeff and I are here every day.
Yeah.
The listening audience is not here every day.
That's true. They don't hang on our every word.
So
if I was bothered by it, I wouldn't put it on the sheet.
Yeah,
that's true.
Exactly.
That's truth there.
Although Jeff and I, it may have bored us and we checked out, it's because we've heard it 6 or 7 times. But the listening audience hasn't, and they were probably thoroughly entertained. You're not supposed to be entertaining Jeff and I.
Okay.
You're supposed to be entertaining the audience. Okay. So you're doing your job.
Doing my job.
Yep.
Doing my job. Okay, we'll continue that effort here this morning on the Morning Drive. Anxiously await your thoughts and comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line and the Visual Edge IT hotline. Good morning.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. So you have Tech Hoops this weekend. Red Raiders playing in Morgantown. This is the only time they're going to play West Virginia this year, and this has gone on, for a couple of years now, where you don't play everybody twice. I wish that you could play everybody twice, but you can't do that with a 16-team league.
No, you just can't. But I agree with you. It would it equals out the challenge of everybody's schedule.
Yeah, and I think the other thing it brings familiarity too, because okay, well, you lost to them here, you beat them here. Now you might see them again in the Big 12 postseason tournament, but that's different because it's a neutral site and it's the end of the year and all those kinds of things. Conversely, and this is the first time this is happening this year, the Lady Raiders will play Houston, and this is the first time you've played this team twice. A team twice.
Okay.
So, you kind of look back at it and go, okay, well, what happened the last time? What's different about the team today versus then? And
the good news is it's a team you beat.
It's a team you beat. And, the thing about that game was that was like the game before where you felt like, okay, are we really playing that well, or did we just play a bad team? Because in that game, you didn't play really, really well. You had 21 turnovers in that game.
That's a lot.
And Houston had 27. And both teams had double digits in steals. Tech had 16 and Houston had 11. So, and then the other thing is, a gal that's been really, really great for you, it's one of her rare times of having single digits. Nada Collins only had 6 points.
Wow.
I know.
That many times this year that she's been held under double digits.
Right. So
or into single digits.
Right. And so, I guess when I start thinking about that, I'm like, kind of, because it only happens a handful of times. I mean, and so I kind of look at this and go, wow, I kind of really missed that. But I understand, and they try to balance this out every year. It's a little bit different. You're not playing this. You have some teams that you play twice all the time. Like, for Texas Tech's case, this year it's Baylor and Kansas that you'll play twice as well. But the Kansas games come boom, boom. I mean, you play them here, then a couple weeks later you play them there.
It's been quite a while since you played Houston.
Yeah, and then Baylor, you'll play them in the next week, and play them at the beginning of the Big 12 play. So that'll be interesting to see how that game goes when it's here in town, because that could be a really good game. So that's just a thought. I mean, I understand why they can't do it, because you can't play 32 conference games. That'd just be crazy. Although it'd be really, really entertaining, wouldn't it?
It would be. Intense and all that good stuff.
It'd get you away from the Winthrops and
really good matchups.
Austin Peay's of the world, and then, I guess if you wanted to have a neutral site game, you could. But I hope that we're not headed to that. But I feel like that we are headed to that. So the men
headed to what?
Playing a neutral site Big 12 game, like in Dallas or someplace like that, where you'd play at the AA or play in Fort Worth at the Dickies.
Why do you feel like we're headed towards that?
Because they keep taking the big games away from the TV. The TV. It's not Tech that's doing it, or the other team that's doing it. It's television that's doing these made for TV, episodes.
Well, they could say no.
They could.
I mean, you play these non-conference games away from home. Yeah. Nobody's making Tech do that.
Oh, I know, or the other schools too. But I mean, and they're great matchups. The problem is, what you'd really love is if it were home and home, but I guess that's not reality.
No, and again, I see the value of why they do it. It's not the best for the hometown fans. I get it, but we see the value in why they do it, right? And in that, it's more money. It's
sure.
Bigger venue, exposure, all the above. That's that part is good.
Yeah, no, I just wonder if at some point in time if the TV guys, whether it's Fox or Peacock or ESPN or somebody, came to them and said, "Hey, Texas Tech, we want you to play TCU, but we want that game in Fort Worth at the Dickies Arena, or we want that game in Dallas at the AA because we feel like that could be a really game. Or hey, Tech and Baylor, we want this game here as opposed to there."
Yeah, I don't think. I guess I'll just agree with you. I don't feel like it's trending towards that.
Okay,
that feels like that's what they're doing in non-conference play. And
okay, I hope you're right.
I could be completely wrong. Somebody may have told you something.
No, nobody's told me anything. No.
I don't feel like that we're trending in that direction.
It's just one of those amazing things that goes on in my brain, Jamie, that I think about from time to time.
Amazing things that go on in Chuck's brain.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Or that statement, right?
No, the word amazing. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Amazing. Who on this basketball team do you think is on the rise up that you think, okay, has got more to give? And do you think anybody has peaked per se? Like, does Toppin and Anderson have even more to give? Or is the more to give going to have to come from Watts, as he's been playing better lately, and Donovan Atwell, as he's been playing pretty good in Big 12 play, and maybe even Jalen Petty?
I don't think you can expect any more from JT Toppin, Christian Anderson, or Donovan Atwell. I think those guys are playing great at a high level. That doesn't mean they're going to be great every single game. And, JT wasn't last time out. But I think those three are playing at such a high level, you're going to be disappointed if you're going to expect more out of them than what you're getting. For this team to take it to the next level, you're going to have to get more from the other guys. And, is that Jalen Petty being a little bit more consistent? Same thing from Lawan Watts. You said he's been playing better of late. He played better last game. He'd been pretty rough the two games before that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he had combined for 12 points in 2 games. Okay, so I think Lawan Watts is the guy that I would say need more consistency. Need him to be a bigger factor each and every time out, or almost every time out.
Mm-hmm. And then what do you think you could or should expect from Luc Bamboye?
About 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks a game.
Okay. I thought you were going to say 3 fouls in there too.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about what I expect.
So your expectation of him being able to be a significant contributor is not very high.
It doesn't mean he's not in there changing shots.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he's not in there changing shots. I just don't think he's going to be a big offensive weapon for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe that 2 points goes up to 4 points. Maybe it's 4 points and 4 rebounds.
Okay.
But I don't think any shot that Luc Bamboye is taking is a shot that's taken away from Christian Anderson or JT Toppin.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean that Toppin and Anderson can't. I mean, like you said, I mean, they may not have a night where they're feeling it, or the defense may be and the matchup may not be there, but they also have the capability of both of those guys have the capability of scoring 30 points in a game.
Yeah, no question.
You know, if they're feeling it and it's going right.
Yeah, but what I love about both of them is I mean, obviously Christian Anderson is one of the top assist men in the country from the point guard position, so he obviously shares the ball really, really well. But I think JT Toppin passes really well. I think he's gotten better and better as the season has gone along. I think he's doing a great job against the doubles, and that's allowed other people to get open. So if Bamboye or whoever is out there alongside of him, man, if the double comes, be ready, and you might have a dump down and an easy layup or a dunk because all the focus is on Toppin.
Yeah. 7:25 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Jamie's question of the day is next. We'll talk some more hoops as well this morning. I want to get some Tech baseball too because of the poll that came out yesterday, the preseason poll. Get Jamie's thoughts on that. But we'll get to that today as well on the Morning Drive.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. Today, I am going to ask you about the Red Raider football players that have left and are headed on elsewhere. They have exhausted their eligibility this year.
Okay.
2-part question today.
Oh, man.
Which of those guys that have left do you think will be, if they wanted to, the best coach someday?
Oh.
And which one would you love to have back here at Texas Tech, whether it be as a head coach or position coach? Which one would you love to have back at Texas Tech being a coach one day? So who do you think will be the best, and who would you love to have back?
Man.
It might be the same answer.
I mean, if they're going to be the best, wouldn't you want them to come back?
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, no good coaches for me, sir.
Well, you might say, well, I really loved this guy. Even though I think he might not be the best player or the best now coach, but I really like him, so I want him to be back with us. Okay?
Well, I think the low-hanging fruit is Baron Morton, because his dad was a coach. I think he wants to be a coach. I think, he's beloved, and I think will be beloved. As time goes on. I mean, the Orange Bowl is rough for him and the whole team, but I think he will age well when you kind of look at his numbers over the years. Okay, he won't age as well as Cliff Kingsbury potentially, but he could come back and be a better head coach than Cliff Kingsbury was. I'll give you a name, and I don't know what his post-education desires are. But a guy who I kind of was impressed with the times that I heard him talk at press conferences was Cole Wisniewski. He only played here 1 year. I get it. But he seems like a pretty smart guy to me, and had a level-headedness about him that I think he could be. I think he could be a guy that could be a defensive coordinator at some point in time.
Okay, so which answer was for which?
Well, I'll just do something. I'll just make it different, and I'll pick Cole to come back and be a defensive coordinator. And
Okay.
I think he'll be a success. I think I'll just go outside the lines a little
And
bit.
who do you think will be the best coach of the group?
I think Baron Morton will be the best coach of the group.
Okay.
Assuming that he's going to be a coach, because I don't think that's where he's going to go.
I don't know for any of these guys.
Right. I would say Jacob Rodriguez, I think, would be the best coach, because one of the things that you see with really super talented athletes is they don't make great coaches because for them they didn't need coaching. It was go shoot, go get the tackle, go.
Yeah,
the amount of information that Jacob Rodriguez had to ingest to be able to read the defenses, to be able to know where to be and how to get there quickly. And he's got some athletic ability that goes with it, but the training aspect is really what makes him elevate. I don't know that he's going to be a coach, but I also would definitely want him back in the program no matter what, no matter what he wanted to do. If a guy like Skylar Gill Howard wanted to be a coach, absolutely, you find a guy like that, a room for on your staff. I'm blanking on his name. The guy who got hurt in North Carolina a year ago.
Bryce
Ramirez.
Yeah.
That kind of guy. Would love to have back on the staff in whatever role. But for the best coach, if that's where he wanted to go, I would say Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay, so the best is Jacob, and the guy you want back is who?
Bryce Ramirez.
Okay. I think that was 2 years ago, not 1 year ago. I think that was 2 years
It's a couple
ago.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
almost 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
the big injury was 2 years ago. Yeah.
because he had a while there. Okay, I think the guy that is going to be the best coach is a guy Jeff just mentioned, Skylar Gill Howard. A really good player, but a great personality that can help recruit, that can get guys to buy in, but also a really good motivator. As we saw, Coach McGuire, had him doing pregame, speeches and stuff like that. So I just think his personality is a guy that people would want to play for and play hard for. Clearly, he was very talented too. But at the same time, I think he'd be able to motivate guys, and guys would love playing for him. So I think he'll be the best coach. The guy that I would want back at Texas Tech as a coach, I guess it's just, it's Baron Morton. And I think being from a coaching family will factor in. I will be surprised if Baron doesn't become a coach of some sort. And it's just, he's a Red Raider for life, and I just think that would think that was really cool if he ultimately could come back here and be a coach for the Red Raiders at some point, whether that be a quarterback coach or an offensive coordinator or a head, whatever. I'm not sure what exactly you're talking about using him for, but if in someday that he was back here as a member of our coaching staff, kind of making the full circle of being a fan as a kid, being a player as a college student, and then being a coach one day too, would be really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think another guy that I think would be good is Lee Hunter. I bet he would be a good coach. I bet he would really be a good coach. Because, again, I think a lot of times those guys that can really motivate guys and can really fire guys up are guys that players want to play hard for, and Lee's such a likable guy, such a fun guy. I think players would really enjoy playing for him, and obviously they have to have some knowledge in how to play the game too, and he was really good. He's going to have himself a good NFL career, and by the time he decides he wants to be a college coach, he's going to have skins on the wall, and I think guys would play hard for him.
Yeah. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. When he comes back to coach here, will you get his name right? I will try. Wisniewski, not Newski. Yeah.
Neski.
Yeah. Wisniewski.
Neski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Appreciate the help. Eventually, I think Baron Morton would make a great coach at Texas Tech. He loves his school, and he's tough as nails. Yeah, and I think he's a good communicator, too.
Yep.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
On the Morning Drive, good morning with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Nice to have you with us this morning. Hopefully you've had a good week, this first full week of February, right? So, just kind of getting into the routine, right? Getting it going.
The February routine?
Yeah, the February. Well,
different than the January one?
Well, I think January, you have the end of year stuff in December, and then you have here we go, man. I'm at the bottom of the hill again. Got to crank it back up, and you kind of get going after you get the first week of the new year and the kind of the January blues behind you, and you realize, it's a new year, got to get going, and hopefully you prime the pump, October, November for January, February, March, and now you're back at it in full go. Mm-hmm. Really nothing to look forward to but going to work.
Yeah, the good part is for everyone that made a New Year's resolution, it's February, so you can forget about that now, right? You go about a month, right?
That's generally about the deal, right?
And then we all just move on, go back to normal.
The gym should be open now, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
You never want to go in January because it's always so busy.
What did you make of the two players that got some recognition from the Big 12 coaches?
Yeah, obviously not a surprise. Logan Hughes was first team last year at the end of the year. Robin Villeneuve was second team. Red Raiders were lucky to get him back, and Hughes was, I think is probably in contention or would have been one of the top 3, 4, or 5 players for Big 12 Player of the Year this year. Okay. So when it came to the preseason nod, and it went to Sawyer Stroh-Snyder of TCU, who's also a fantastic player. So can't fault that. But these two guys are really important to you. They were really good last year, and Villeneuve's a great leader for this team as well. And Hughes, man, he just hits. He just hits, and he's also a solid defender, both at left and at first base. But man, the dude can really swing it. So you're going to rely heavily on those two guys this year. Should
we assume accurately that if they had wanted to go somewhere else, they could have been paid more to go somewhere else?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
probably. I think there was a push made to, even before the season ended last year. With some folks to make sure that they were taken care of and signed on the dotted line and all that before they quote unquote hit the free agent market.
Okay.
Before the season was over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And Villeneuve could have just moved on to professional baseball. He's graduated, all that good stuff, but he had an extra year of eligibility, and the Red Raiders were, like I said, lucky to get him back because he could be off playing minor league ball now.
And I'm assuming that he probably thinks that another year of this will help him accelerate his post-college baseball career.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And there's also, he was a guy that wasn't going to be drafted high, so there's probably, wasn't going to get it because he was a senior, wouldn't have gotten a big signing bonus, wouldn't have had a lot of leverage. So he's probably making more money for Texas Tech this year
than being in the minors.
Than being in the minor leagues.
Okay. Are you intrigued? Because I think when I hear your voice, I think you are, with regard to the pitching and the new technology that they have. Because you could make the case that you have to be uber talented to be a pitcher, right? You've got to have an arm. You've got to have, but there's a technique aspect that comes with it too. But I just get the sense that you're really kind of intrigued as to how this is really going to work. Maybe not even, I don't know how quickly you can see it work, but maybe you can see it work quickly with some guys, and maybe it accelerates other guys a little bit further than they would have had they not had this stuff.
Yeah, it's just a different way of doing things, right? The truth of the matter is you struggled in pitching the last few years. You were second worst in the Big 12 in ERA a season ago. I feel like, okay, when it comes to NIL money, what position do you think is commanding the most money? Probably pitchers. Probably pitchers, okay? And over the last few years, you've not really had any high-end guys, right, that have really come through for you.
Yeah.
So if you're a program that doesn't have, all the NIL resources, you're probably going to be struggling in the pitching department, right?
It would make sense, right?
Fair enough?
Absolutely. I mean,
That's fair enough.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay, so I think Matt Gardner had done a good job for the Red Raiders, but ultimately it came down to, Jimmy's and Joe's, not just X's and O's. And whatever Coach Gardner's style was, better Jimmy's and Joe's can execute what his style was. All right? I think his style was a little bit, I don't want to say he went away from analytics. I don't want to say he went away from technology or whatever, but it wasn't necessarily his strong suit. Okay?
Okay.
And it feels like now you have flipped to a style with the technology that you have, with the people that you have in-house to work with them, with everything that you have to help them be better, to help them recover better, to help them understand everything that they're doing, every motion, and to see how they can all break it down and all that. It should help them be able to make adjustments better, all of those things. And so, although you still don't have that, unlimited NIL funds for your baseball program, I think you have ways to be more successful with the guys that you have. And hopefully, as I was saying a few minutes ago, hopefully you will attract better, higher quality pitching in the future. Okay? Because of the technology that you have that's similar to what they have in the major leagues.
And is this technology that virtually any Big 12 team could get if they wanted it, or is it just is there an expense that you go, well, on one hand, you can pay this, or on the other hand, you can do this. I mean, it's expensive stuff, right?
Yeah, yes, it's expensive stuff. So I don't know how many teams in the Big 12 have the same exact stuff that we have, that Texas Tech has. I'm not privy to that information. Okay. So I can't really tell you what Texas Tech has. I've seen it. I don't know exactly what everything does because I'm not smart enough to understand it, but I've seen it.
Obviously, it's one of those things where if you start having success with it, somebody else is going to go, wow.
Yeah. But also, I think the two pitchers that you've brought in, or pitching coaches, I should say, that you've brought in that have been at the major league level for a lot of years and have used the technology and are understand how to use it correctly and what it all does, you would think that helps too. You can have the technology, but if you don't know how to use it, send me in there, right? Like, oh, we got all this, but Jamie don't know how to use it, right? Yeah. These guys are quote unquote experts in that field that should help. Yeah,
right. I mean, it's kind of like giving somebody a laptop that can't even read, it's like, well, it wouldn't be the most appropriate thing to do. Yeah, so I mean, maybe I'm over exaggerating it a little bit, but I just think it's a different style of how you're doing things, and at the very least, it's we're doing things different. I think that's the refreshing thing, right? We're trying to do things different. I don't think this was Coach Tadlock deciding, I want to do something different, or I want to, I think you have to rely on your pitching people to do your pitching stuff. Yeah. And just like a head coach in football, if he's an offensive mind, he has to rely on his defensive coordinator to make the defensive calls and the style that they want to do on defense. But I think clearly there's a change, and Coach Tadlock has talked about it's refreshing to him to have different opinions and around him, and guys that, we can do it this way, or I've done it this way before, I've been here before. And these guys have had success both at the college level and the professional level. So I do think Coach Merriman and Coach Foster are going to really help this pitching staff. Again,
does that immediately take place this year? Do we see a big jump, or is that something we see, as more recruiting classes come in the future?
It comes gradual.
Yeah.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.